I wasn't gonna go live this morning. I hope y'all can hear me. I wasn't gonna go live this morning, but it just don't feel right not doing that. It don't feel right. I just drop my son off, and I usually come to y'all and talk to y'all. So I might as well go ahead and take this time to tell y'all. And it's crazy because it's raining, right? And it's like gloomy out, right? And it's like light rain. I'm like, dang, why this gotta be the type of day today? Now, what I'm about to tell you will make more sense why I said that. So the last time I think that I was live, what did I do? The last time I think I was live, I think I was getting my background check. I think that was the last one, right? And so I went and got my background check, and remember I said that I was worried, right? I was like, but no, that I wasn't. You better not do that. Not while it's raining. You better look. I remember saying that I was happy because I wasn't scared, because I wasn't nervous, because I haven't been in no trouble since 2018. The only two things that was on my background was from 2010 when I was 17. I want to say I was 17 or 18 because I had RJ by then. But I was driving, and it's crazy that this is the thing I'm about to tell y'all, because it makes me think about my auntie Emily. Because let me just tell you a story. So when I was 17, 18, 2010, I don't remember exactly the month, but I remember I was so mad at my baby daddy. I was mad as HE double hockey sticks, right? And I was young at the time. We had just got an apartment. I will tell y'all where it's at, but I gotta remember I can't bring y'all in that close. But I was driving down a road to go to his house. And I remember, because I didn't have my license yet, right? So I remember not knowing that when you go through a hospital, like part of the city, that you gotta go like 35. Like you gotta go slower. And I think I was doing about a 50. I think I was doing about 50 because I had just came off the highway. And I remember getting pulled over by the police. And I remember this girl that I thought was my friend was in the passenger side. And I remember calling him because I was mad at my baby daddy. But I called him and told him, like, the police behind me, I'm pulling over. I'm getting pulled over. And I was scared because the thing in this town was, if you drive with no ID, you're going to jail. I mean, with no driver's license, you're going to jail. Right? I think I had just made 18, because now that I'm thinking about it, the thing was, if you drive, I knew somebody who drove with no driver's license and they were 17 and they went to jail. Right? So I remember I was scared about that, but I was actually 18, and that's important. Okay, that's important. What that I'm telling y'all this. So I called him and told him what was happening. So I pull over, and at this time I had just had the baby. So when I have a baby, I don't know what happens to my iron, right? But my iron goes really, really low, and it makes me crave cornstarch. I put a 1 in the chat if you know somebody, or if you have ever done, like, if you have ever craved or ate cornstarch. I better not be by myself with this one. I promise you, I better not, but I probably will. But I did it with both my sons. I ate cornstarch up until like a year after I had them. With Cash, it was even longer than that. Like, I really had to, like, work to not eat it. That's really what made me fat. It just never, it came off easy with RJ, but with Cash, it ain't come off that easy. But because I feel like it's because I wasn't in the streets as much. I had a lifestyle change by the time I had Cash. But anyway, so boom, I called him, tell him I'm getting pulled over, and I'm telling y'all the whole real facts of the matter, right? It's a bottle of Patron in this right here. I'm 18, okay? It's a bottle of Patron in the armrest. So I put the bottle of Patron in the armrest. I would tell y'all, but no, should I tell them? Should I tell them? Should I not? Should I tell them? Y'all already know that I have told y'all about beating opioid addiction. So in full transparency, I wasn't addicted yet, but it was something to do on the weekends. You know what I mean? It was something to do. So at the time, I remember I had a perk on me. And so I popped it because I was like, I'm going to jail. I popped it and I drunk a shot of the Patron that was in the armrest, right? Dumbest shit to do because I could have got a DUI on this stop, but I didn't. I could have got a DUI on it, but I didn't. Thank God. Because of my age and because I guess I had only took one shot and I wasn't. Why would you come get behind me? Don't follow me. That makes me nervous because I'm talking about when I got arrested. Lord, I got all my stuff today though, so I don't care. But so yeah, so what was I saying? I said that I had a bottle of Patron in the armrest, right? And I had a perk on me and I had popped it, right? Because I was like, F it, I'm going to jail. Dumb now, y'all. I'm 18. I'm stupid, okay? I'm 18. I'm stupid. So, next thing you know, I'm like, I had called him and I told him that I was getting pulled over. So okay, so yeah, the cornstarch thing. I was eating the cornstarch with a spoon. So boom, the police officer comes to the door. He is talking to me. He asked me, did I have a driver's license? And I said, this is the part that I actually went for. When he asked me, did I have a driver's license? I said yes. First lie. Second lie, he asked me where was it? And I said I didn't have it on me. So then he said, what was my name? And I told him the name of somebody that I knew that had. Actually, did she have a driver's license? Yeah. I told him the name of somebody that I knew had a driver's license, I think she had one. I don't know, but she was older than me. I ain't gonna say the name I said because I don't want to, say their name, but she was older than me, right? And so I was calling her on the phone to get her information. And I think that she was giving it to me, but most of it I already knew. I think that when he asked me the birthday, I knew the birthday, but when he asked me the social, I didn't know it. But he still was all right with it or whatever, right? And so he looked inside the car briefly, right? And I told y'all I was eating cornstarch, but I would eat it with a spoon. So when he looked in the car, it was a spoon on the ground, and it had like it had cornstarch on it, so it looked crazy. So, I was like, I promise you that's cornstarch, sir. I promise you that's cornstarch. You can look at it, whatever. But mind you, I'm so stupid because I'm not thinking about the fact that, girl, it's a bottle of Patron right there. I wasn't even thinking about that. I was so stupid. However, next thing you know, my baby daddy pulls up. When he see the man put me in handcuffs, he jumps out the car because he like, I've never been to jail. I was from the other side of town. You know what I mean? He was from a different part of town where things are rougher and tougher at. You know what I mean? So I feel like y'all gonna have to get over. Cause, sir, I need you to let me over, sir. Hold on, y'all. Alright. So he was from a part of town where things were rougher and tougher at. So, he went ham when I was going to jail. And but the officer wasn't going to, he was detaining me, but he wasn't going to lock me up. But I didn't know that. So I told the man that my name was really Alexis, and it wasn't that person's name. And he told me, he said, if you would have just told me your name, you're 18. That's why I know I was 18. Because he said, if you would have just told me your name, you got the permit part. Because I got a permit when I was 15. But I never went to get the license. He was like, you got the permit part. All you would have had, you would have been able to drive because in this state, you can drive 18 on a permit, at least at that time, this 2010. So I didn't even need to do that. Okay? I got a charge card. The only charge I got was false identifying. Okay? The Patron that was in the armrest was still there when I got out. I'm glad that I didn't get charged with that. However, that's ironic right now because of what I'm about to tell y'all. And for about 5 minutes of that story that I was just telling y'all, do y'all know the police got behind me and was like riding behind me? He like got over out this lane to this lane. That's why I said, why are you behind me while I'm telling this story? But I had to remember that I'm not doing nothing wrong. So I mean, it's just because I'm telling the story that I got nervous. But anyway, so boom, all right, that's a false identification charge, 2010. The only other thing that was on, did I tell everything about that story? Oh yeah, my baby daddy went so ham that he ended up going to jail with me. And I kind of think that's what he wanted to do. I think he wanted to go to jail with me because while I was in jail and I was sitting in the holding cell, he kept knocking on the window and was looking at me and was like, don't cry. I was like, what do you mean don't cry? Then he'll knock on the window again. It's going to be all right. Like smiling at me or whatever. And it's RJ daddy, right? So it's so silly because that's how silly RJ is. It's like, nigga, we in jail. Why are you laughing? I'm upset. RJ think everything funny. So funny that he be getting on people's nerves with that, but he don't get on mine because I know where it come from. But all right, y'all, this is a serious one. This is the charge that I'm about to tell y'all now. Keep in mind what I said about the Patron. I feel like God gave me a chance on that one, okay? And I told y'all that I had a perk in my pocket and I popped because I didn't want to get in trouble, right? But that's not the only reason. But okay, whatever. I ended up getting caught up in that later on in my life and having to pull myself out of that hole, right? So that's a whole nother thing. If y'all want to talk more about that, that's different. But I got a phone call yesterday and they asked me about what was on my background, and I told them what was on my background because it was only 2 things and I didn't think it was a big deal. I haven't been in trouble since 2018. Well, the second charge that I'm about to tell y'all about, the second charge prevented me from getting the damn job, bro. She offered me the job, shook my hand, everything, and then this charge right here. I'm gonna tell y'all what the job was too, so y'all it'll make sense. The second charge that I got was a DUI. Yup. It was a DUI in 2018. I'll never forget it. Because to be honest with y'all, I could have fought it, but I didn't because I wanted to go home. I wanted to get out of jail. I had went to jail on the weekend, man. By the time I started the judge, I never. Oh, wait. I'm sorry, y'all. ADD. The first story that I'm telling y'all about, the reason why I said it reminds me of my beloved Auntie Emily, my dearly departed Auntie Emily, is because after I got out of jail from that charge, when she found out that I got arrested because I didn't have my driver's license, I'm in the bed asleep. Next thing you know, I hear somebody knocking on the window. I'm like, who is knocking on my window? But it's only one person in the family that'll knock on a nigga window when nobody don't come to the door, and that's my Auntie Emily. So I already knew it was her. And I'm like, what? What are you knocking on the window for? She's like, come on, let's go. And I'm like, let's go where? My auntie took me to get my damn driver's license that day. She took me to get my driver's license that day. I didn't want to get up or none of that, bro. But now that I'm grown and I think about it, my auntie always had my back. I ain't gonna get upset, but that's just like my auntie. It's a whole lot of things in my life that I can say a story like that about my auntie. Collect myself because I gotta tell y'all the second part. So look, the second part is the DUI that I got in 2018. I got pulled over in the neighborhood of where I was living at. no police was in that neighborhood. I wasn't living in my own place at the time. I was living in a different place, okay? And no police usually ever be in that neighborhood, okay? It's doctors and lawyers in that neighborhood. I get pulled over down the street from the damn house, bro. And I'm not knowing that it's a DUI sting in the city. Where when I say a DUI sting, sometimes in the summer, they just do a sting like on DUIs. They watch people leaving liquor stores, and if they see the car again, they pull it over. I promise y'all, it sounds like it's not true, but it is. And I can tell y'all that because I got locked up with about 40 other people with DUI charges, and we all got out the same night. And it took till 12 o'clock that night for all of us to get out because it was like 20 people at a time. It was a DUI sting that weekend. And I could have fought the charge, but I pled guilty to everything because I wanted to get out, bro. It was like Friday when I got locked up. And I was there because I missed court, right? So I'm thinking that they locking me up for the bench warrant, not the DUI. But I got locked up for the DUI too. So when I found that out, I was just like, I don't want it. I couldn't afford no public defender at the time. I was down here by myself because Cash Daddy was in Philadelphia. I had not went up there yet. He sent for us to come up there after I got out of jail. He didn't even know. He left me his car. I was driving his car when I got pulled over and I got a DUI. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Cash Daddy was taking care of me. So when he left, I kind of went crazy a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And when I say I kind of went crazy a little bit, like, it was just like, it was an abrupt thing. You know what I'm saying? It was something that he had to do. And when he got the business, when he bought the business, he bought a store. And when he fixed up the apartment that was above the store, then he sent for me and Cash. But the moral of this story and what I'm trying to tell y'all is that's what stopped me from getting this job that I wanted. The job that I was about to be working was a nanny job. I would have been a nanny, and I liked it because the hours were flexible. Because like one of my first shifts would have been from 6 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. and I would have still been able to take my son to school in the morning because that's a certain time, whether we talk or whether we don't talk. I love taking my son to school in the morning. I do. I love it, and I would be very upset if I couldn't do that. So yeah, man. Let me see some of the comments what y'all talking about. Hey. Yeah, thank you. Somebody said that, girl. Somebody said it. But yeah. So y'all, yeah. I'm trying to think if I'm missing some details. Oh yeah, my when I got locked up for the DUI, my auntie Emily and my mama was in the courtroom. The first time I ever went to jail, my auntie Emily, my grandma Ethel, and my mama was in the courtroom. My auntie was always there for me, right beside my mama. Or when I got out of jail, I ain't even had to call nobody. They said, you need to call somebody. I said, nope. I already know my auntie out there. I already know she out there waiting on me. Because by that time, in 2018, she had showed me already. Like, I had been grown. I had been grown. And I remember when I went down to her house, me and her having a conversation, and she was talking about, you know, the fact that she only had a son, and I wish that I could remember everything she said, but I don't want to lie. I know how it made me feel and what it made me feel like. So I'm gonna tell y'all what it made me feel like, cause I don't want to put no words in her mouth if she's not here no more. It made me feel like saying to her, I said, I'm your daughter, auntie. It's okay, I'm your daughter. You got me. So whatever it was that she said, I can't tell y'all exactly what it was, because I don't remember. I did not know she was going to die. So I don't remember exactly what she said. But I know what I said. And what I said was, no, auntie, I'm your daughter. It's okay, you got me. And she was about to cry. So I grabbed her and hugged her and was like, it's okay, I'm your daughter. You got me. And it was something along the lines of when she passed away. And I never knew that. That was in 2018, so 2019, 2020, 2021. She died in 2021. Yeah, it was 2021. So yeah, y'all. The moral of the story, even though it made me think about my auntie, rest in peace, auntie. The moral of the story is, I'm back at square one. I am back at square one. I cannot do a nanny job because I'm thinking I'm cool because it was 2018. You feel me? I done changed my life. You know what I'm saying? When I after that whole thing happened and I got arrested, my baby daddy sent for us flights to Philadelphia. We moved up there. I got my entire life together. Together. That's when, you remember the thing that I told you I popped before I got locked up in 2010. I was 18. I didn't realize that it was going to grow into a full-blown, addiction thing. And so when I got pregnant with Cash, that's when I started changing my life. But after I had him, I was still like teetering back and forth because I had been drinking that day, but I had like maybe took like maybe a shot of it. I didn't have no drink. I was not drunk, but it was a DUI sting, and I answered the questions in the wrong way. If you ever get pulled over and the police officer asks you, have you been drinking? If you say yes, then he can perform the DUI thing. But if you say no, I haven't been drinking, there's nothing more that he can say unless you are clearly drunk. You understand? If you are clearly drunk, then yes. But vodka does not make a smell. If you have a mixed drink, yeah, it'll make a smell. But just straight vodka doesn't make a smell. So if you like that shot of vodka that I had, he didn't smell that on me because it doesn't make a smell. But the good thing about that is I haven't had a drink since then. I promise you. I promise y'all. Y'all can ask my family. I do not drink. Not even a beer. Not even a beer. So it's killing me right now that I don't drink at all. I don't drink at all. Not even a beer. And I gotta remember this DUI that I got in 2018, bro. That is stopping me from doing shit that I want to do in my life. Moral of the story: think about what you're doing when you're younger, man. Think about it. That's why I say what I say about Krishan. Because I hope one day she see the video, man. Because I know that she's just that narcissistic that she searches herself. So, I hope she see the video because the shit she doing now is going to catch up to you when you're good and ready to change your life. When you're good and ready to change. When you think that you have made a change and you think that all of your past is behind you because it's been 5+ years and it come back to bite you in the ass, bro. Come back to bite you. Hey, y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all up too long because I'm going live again today. My girl told me that she gonna tell me like she tell her kids. I got 24 hours to cry about it, and then it's back to the mission. I ain't need a whole 24. I just needed 12. So I'm good, y'all. That's why I ain't go live last night. I was upset. I was really upset. I cried about that because I was like, dang, like, it was like, boom, and it was snatched back just that quick. But see, that's called, I would say that's called karma, but I don't want to say it's called karma. It could be. You could call it that too. But, just when you think that, you in the clear, your past will come up and hunt you sometimes. So it's important what you do. It's very important. I thought by this time, I didn't even think it was going to show up on my background. Because in 2020, I went to the, because it was my first time that ever happened to me. Another reason why I pled guilty is because he didn't take my whole driver's license. He just gave me a 12-hour permit to drive. So when I came back in 2020 and I bought a car, I had to drive that car, and I was like, I'm not going to jail under no circumstances. So I wanted to make sure everything was straight. So I went to these DUI classes. I went and got my damn driver's license back in full effect, and I haven't had no run-ins with the law, no problems, no issues at all whatsoever, at all, since 2018. I definitely ain't getting in no trouble in Philadelphia. I had changed up there because it's such a different type of environment, a faster paced city. It was so much more going on, and I seen a lot of people that was going through stuff that I knew if I would have kept making those little mistakes that I was making, that I could have ended up just like them. So it made me change. It did. Plus, it was me catching his daddy up there, and I had the mental peace to be able to focus on important things, and you know, it was different. Hey sis, you just missed the story, girl. I'm about to get off live, but I'm gonna make sure that I post it right now. So I'm finna, as soon as I hit the X, I'm gonna go to my studio and I'm gonna unprivate it because it automatically goes under private until I go and change it. So I'm gonna do that before I run in this Dollar General real quick. I'm gonna hit the X and then I'm going to the store. But I love y'all so much. I love you, sis. I'm still on the hunt. My past came back for the reckoning. Huh. Ain't that some shit? But now I know. And I'll move forward accordingly. I will. I will. And watch this video too, because I said a lot of stuff that's I told y'all what's going on in the video too. But I'll call you, sis. Love